training since I had my first fight in June 2005, so not too long. And I got into the ring really soon after I started training. So, and what attracted me to the sport was that I thought it was probably the toughest thing that you could do. I was always playing sports growing up, but the Muay Thai, I got into it. My ex-girlfriend's older brother was a trainer, and I went and go train at his gym, and I saw all these crazy fighters, and I never thought I'd be any good, but I really liked it. So I started training, and then who knew I got to be okay.
I've been fighting for about 3-4 years now, but I started Muay Thai when I was 16, so about 8 years now. My best fight, I would say actually was in Thailand. I went to Thailand last year, and I felt when I fought the guy, we just connected. We had a good chemistry with each other, you know. I think I mix well better than with Thai fighters than the North American fighters.
Well, I do maintain, I train hard all the time, really. Coming up for a fight, obviously I'll look at nutrition and just getting in techniques, a lot of stamina work, a lot of fitness, running, just a big cross spectrum of different sorts of training. And then obviously in the last couple of weeks just concentrating on techniques and watching lots of Rocky movies.
I love competition, I love competing, and I guess I had good physical condition always, and I liked it. I started with martial arts. I never got satisfied of sparring only with kicking or only with punching, so I love to add it. Kickboxing, mix it up, Sancho, takedowns.
I started doing professional fighting in 1998. I first got into MMA fighting, and from there I was just strictly a grappler, 100% grappler, and decided, just in case if I could get against somebody, can't take them down, I better learn how to, stand up and fight. And started doing MMA. First I had 9 MMA fights, or 10 MMA fights before I even went to Thailand. And then from there, when I went to Thailand and did pretty well over there, then my kickboxing career took off more than MMA fighting did.
To prepare for a fight, for one, I make sure I'm fit, physically strong. I run 10 kilometers every day, hit the bag, do my push-up, sit-up. I work out with a class, do a lot of skipping, push-up, sit-up, jumping jacks, cardiovascular, and mentally I study. Make sure that I correct holes in my game. Always trying to prepare for my opponent if I know who it is, and do my best to keep my mind focused on task.
I would say probably the most influential person actually is probably my brother. He probably doesn't know this, but my brother went through a period of time where he was kind of like going downhill, and then he saw my career kind of start to take off a little bit. And I'm his younger brother, so he kind of like got his self back together because he didn't want to be outdid by his younger brother. But now he's doing so well, and he runs marathons now, that like he's kind of like, it's kind of flip-flopped. He's like my influence, he's older than me. He's 37. He's running marathons, and if he can do that, I'm just proud of him. And for me to actually help him get out of the state that he was in kind of drives me to keep doing well. So definitely.
The person who probably has the most direct impact on me right now is probably my trainer, just because he's my boss, a great friend of mine, my trainer, and he has a lot of direct impact on my fighting and my career and stuff. But in general, I'd say that the two people that had the most impact were my brothers. I have a twin brother and an older brother. My twin brother and I are really, really close now. I don't know if you really know how twins are, but there's a lot of butting heads growing up. And then my older brother, who is 7 years older than me, so he did a lot of kind of raising me too. A little bit of rough, family life growing up. Not too bad, not as bad as it could have been, but definitely my older brother was like my best friend. My older brother, Papa and Mama, all in one sometimes. So I definitely owe a lot to him and my twin brother to making me who I am today, and still having all the drive that I do, so I can still want to do it all the time. So.
I first got interested in Thai boxing sitting at the laundromat in high school. At a counter, picked up a magazine. I looked through it, saw two guys fighting, and just the way they threw their kicks got me interested.
I've been fighting for 10 years, and what attracted me to the sport was a long time ago when I was a kid. I used to play a video game called Street Fighter. At the end of the game, there was a guy from Thailand named Sagat. I couldn't beat Sagat, and it just, at 12 years old, it left a big impression on me. You know, as I got older, a friend of mine one day came into the gym with traditional Muay Thai shorts, and I was like, where'd you get them? He's like, oh, there's a Thai trainer in the city. So I went to try a couple classes at 16, kicked the snot out of me. And then at 18, when I stopped playing basketball, I decided that I was going to do Muay Thai all out, and the rest is, as they say, history.
You know, when I first started in boxing, you know, Muhammad Ali was my inspiration. You know, going to the gym just for boxing, I see the sign. You know, I can't remember the phrase, but it says, "If you don't sweat or something, that would bleed or sweat." So you know, that kind of stuck with me. If I don't train, I'm gonna bleed. So I'd rather sweat than bleed.
Do I have a motto in life? No, I don't. I wouldn't say that I have a motto, you know, a set of words. But there is a whole bunch of things that culminate in being a warrior. If I could say that I have a religion, that would be it. You know, the Japanese would call it Bushido. You know, the Templator Knights would call it chivalry. Whatever. I don't have a motto, but I have a way of life.
The Muay Thai that we get to bring through these, or Shin, the Kumate one, where they truly believe in the striking arts. That's where my love lies, and that's what I like to continue doing.
Muay Thai is a lifestyle. It's not just for one fight.
It's good to see like Muay Thai in the United States because
There's not too many people out there right now that I think have that love for Muay Thai.
There are not a lot of pro Muay Thai or pro kickboxing around.
Here, Shin, Kumate, this is the only sport that is a stand-up fighting organization, and they are only the striking organization.
my name is Aaron Meissner.
Simon Marcus.
Ali Tara.
Denise Miller, and
And I'm
And I'm a Muay Thai striker.